today I've been talking about cryptocurrency. Hello. So, what is a cryptocurrency? A cryptocurrency is a digital visual currency designed to work as a media of exchange. So it uses cryptographic to secure and verify the transaction as well as to control the creation of new unit of a particular currency, cryptocurrency. Essentially, cryptocurrencies are limited entries in a database that no one can change unless specific conditions are fulfilled. So let me tell you more history about cryptocurrency. So there have been many attempts of creating a digital currency during the 90s steam boom, with systems like stocks, bonds and DigiCash emerging on the market by inevitably failing. So there were many different reasons for their failures, such as fraud, financial problem, and even friction between companies, employee and their bosses. So notably, all those systems utilize a trusted third-party approach, meaning that the company behind them verified and facilitated the transaction. So due to the failures of this company, the creation of a digital cash system was seen as a loss caused for a long while. So then in early 2009, an anonymous programmer, a group of programmers under alias Satoshi Nakamoto introduced Bitcoin. So he introduced Bitcoin. So Satoshi described it as a peer-to-peer electronic cash system. So it is completely decentralized, meaning that there are no server involved and no central controlling authority. So the concept is closely resemble peer-to-peer network for file sharing. So one of the most important problem that any payment network has to solve is double spending. So it is a fraudulent technique of spending the same amount twice. So the traditional solution was a trusted third party, a central server that keep record of the balance and transaction. However, this method always entail an authority basically in control of your funds and with all your personal details on hand. So in a decentralized network like Bitcoin, every single participant needs to do this job. So this is done via blockchain, a public ledger of all transactions that ever happens within the network, available to everyone around the world. So therefore everyone in the network can see every account balance. So every transaction is a file that consists of the senders and recipients' public key, wallet addresses and the amount of coin transfer. So the transaction also need to be signed off by the sender with their private key. So all of these is just a basic cryptographic. So eventually the transaction is broadcasted in the network, but it needs to be confirmed first by everyone. So within the cryptocurrency network, only miner can confirm transaction by solving a cryptographic puzzle. So they take transaction, make them all legitimate and spread them across the network. So afterwards, every node of the network added to its database. So once the transaction is confirmed, it becomes unforgettable forgettable and irreversible, and a miner receives a reward plus the transaction fee. So essentially, any cryptocurrency network is based on the absolute consensus of all the participants regarding the legitimacy of balance and transactions. So if the nodes of the network disagree on a single program into the network that prevent this from happening, so cryptocurrency are so called because the consensus keeping process is ensured with strong cryptography. So this along with the aforementioned factor makes third party and blind trust as a concept completely redundant. So what can you do with cryptocurrency? So what can you do with the cryptocurrency? You can buy goods. So in the past, trying to find a merchant that accept cryptocurrency was extremely difficult. So it's not impossible. So these days, however, the situation is completely different. So there are a lot of merchant both online and offline that accept Bitcoin as the form of payment. So they range from massive online retailers like Overstock and Negrich to small local shop, bars and restaurants. So Bitcoin can be used to pay for hotel, flight, jewelry, apps, computer parts and even a college degree. So other digital currency is like Litecoin, Ripple, Ethereum and so on are not accepted as widely just yet. So these things are changing for the better, with Apple having authorized at least 10 different cryptocurrencies as a viable form of payment of App Store. So of course, users of cryptocurrency other than Bitcoin can always exchange their coins for BTCs. So moreover, there are gift card selling websites like GiveOff with accept around 20 different cryptocurrency. Through gift card, you can essentially buy anything with cryptocurrency. And finally, there are marketplaces like Bitify and Open Bazaar that only accept cryptocurrency. So yeah, so you can see like how cryptocurrency changing the world. So sooner or later, something will can buy with cryptocurrency in case of fiat, other than fiat money. So what else the cryptocurrency can do? They can invest. So many people believe that cryptocurrency are the hottest investment opportunity currently available. So indeed, there are many stories of these people becoming millionaires through their Bitcoin investment. So Bitcoin is the most recognizable digital currency to date, and just last year of BTC is valued at $800. So in November 2017, the price of the one Bitcoin exceeded $7,000. So Ethereum, perhaps the second most value cryptocurrency, has recorded the fastest rise a digital currency ever demonstrated. So since May 2016, its values increased by at least 2,700%. So when it comes to all cryptocurrency combined, their market cap soared by more than 10,000% since mid-2013. So however, it's worth noting that cryptocurrency are high risk investment. So this market value fluctuate like no other assets. Moreover, it's partly unregulated, so there is always risk of them getting outlawed in certain jurisdictions, and any cryptocurrency exchange can potentially get hacked. So yeah, so you need to beware of hackers. So if you decided to invest in cryptocurrency, Bitcoin is obviously still the dominant one. So however, in 2017, its share in the crypto market has quite dramatically fallen from 90% to just 40%. So there are many options currently available, with some coin being privacy focused, other than being less open and decentralized, and Bitcoin and some just outright copying it. While it's very easy to buy Bitcoin, there are numerous exchanges in exist that trade in BTC other than other currency are not as easy to acquire. So although this situation is slowly improving, the major exchanges like Kraken, Bitfinex, Bitstamp, and many more starting to sell Litecoin, Ethereum, Monero, Ripples, and so on. There are also many few others different ways of being coined. Few other different ways of being coined, yeah. So as with the other investment, you need to pay close attention to the cryptocurrencies, market value, and any news related to them. So if you want to invest, you need to you need to search more in depth about the value. So coin market cap is one-stop solution for tracking the price, value, circulation, supplies, and market cap of most existing cryptocurrencies. So depending on a jurisdictions you live in, once you make a profit or a loss investing in the cryptocurrency, you might need to include it in your tax report. So in the term of taxation, cryptocurrency are treated very differently from country to country. So in the US, the internal revenue service rules that Bitcoin and other digital currency are to be taxed as property, not currency. So for investor, this means that accrued long-term gains and losses from cryptocurrency trading are taxes. Yeah. So how do you mine cryptocurrency? Not how, mine. So miner are the single most important part of any cryptocurrency network, and much like trading, mining is an investment. Essentially, miners are providing a bookkeeping service for their respective communities. So they contribute their computing powers to solving complicated cryptographic puzzle, which is necessary to confirm a transaction and record it in a distributed public ledger called the blockchain. So one of the interesting things about mining is that the difficulty of the puzzles is constantly increasing, correlating with the number of people trying to solve it. So the more popular a certain cryptocurrency become, the more people try to mine it, and the more difficult the process become. So a lot of people have more fortune by mining Bitcoin. So back in the days, you could make substantial profit from mining using just your computer or even a power enough laptop. So these days, Bitcoin mining can only become profitable if you're willing to invest in an industrial grade mining hardware. So these of course incur huge electricity bills on top of the price of all necessary equipment. So currently Litecoin and Dogecoin and Feeder coins are said to be the best cryptocurrency in terms of being cost effective for beginner. So for instance, at the current value of Litecoin, you might earn anything from 50 cents to $10 in a day using only consumer grade hardware. But how do you miner make profit? How do miner make profit? So the more computing power they manage to accumulate, the more chances they have of solving the cryptographic puzzle. So once a miner manages to solve the puzzle, they receive a reward as well as a transaction fee. So as a cryptocurrency attracts more interest, mining becomes harder and the amount of the coin received as a reward decreases. So for example, when Bitcoin was first created, the reward for the successful mining was 50 BTC. Now the reward is at 12.5 Bitcoin. So this happened because the Bitcoin network is designed so that there can only be a total of 21 MLN coins in circulation. So as November 2017, almost 17 MLN Bitcoins have been mined and distributed. So however, as rewards are going to become smaller and smaller, every single Bitcoin will become exponentially more and more valuable. So all of these factors make mining cryptocurrency an extremely competitive arms race that rewards early adopter. However, depending on where you live, profit made from mining can be subject to taxation and money transmitting regulation. So in the US, the FinCEN has issued a guidance according to which mining of cryptocurrency and exchanging terms for fiat currency may be considered money transmitter. So this means that miner might need to comply with special law and regulation dealing with this type of activity. So you can read more articles about this cryptocurrency and how do you trade them. So cryptocurrency is accepted as a payment for business. So let me tell you more about that. So if you happen to own a business and if you are looking for a potential new customer, accepting cryptocurrency as a form of payment may be a solution for you. So the interest in cryptocurrency has never been higher and is only going to be increased. So along with the growing interest, also grows the number of crypto ATMs located around the world. So Coin ATM Radar currently lists almost 1,800 ATMs in 58 countries. So first of all, you need to let your customer know that your business accepts crypto coins. So simply putting a sign by your cash register should do the trick. So the payment can then be accepted using hardware terminal, touchscreen apps, or simple wallet addresses through QR code. So there are many different services that you can use to be able to accept payment in cryptocurrency. For example, coin payments currently accept over 75 different digital currencies. So charging just 0.5% commission per transaction. So other popular services include Cytonetter, CoinGate, and BitPay, with the latter only accepting Bitcoins. So in the US, Bitcoins and other currency has been recognized as a convertible virtual currency, which means accepting them as a form of payment is exactly the same as accepting cash or goods So for tax purpose, US-based businesses accepting cryptocurrency need to record a reference of sales, amount received in a particular currency, and the date of transaction. So if you sell taxes are payable, the amount due is calculated based on the average exchange rate at the time of sale. So legality of cryptocurrency. So as cryptocurrency are becoming more and more mainstream, law enforcement agency, tax authority, and legal regulator worldwide are trying to understand the very concept of crypto coins, where exactly do they fit in existing regulation and legal framework. So with the introduction of Bitcoin, the first ever cryptocurrency, a completely new paradigm was created. So decentralized, self-sustained digital currency that don't exist in any physical shape or form and are not controlled by any singular entity will always set to cause an uproar amongst the regulator. So a lot of concern has been raised regarding cryptocurrency that's decentralized nature and their ability to use almost completely anonymously. So the authority all over the world are worried about the cryptocurrency appeal to the trader of illegal goods and service. Moreover, they are worried about their use in money laundering and tax evasion schemes. So, do you want to know more about the Bitcoin and digital currency? You can check any website that's related to it. So, more common cryptocurrency is always like, you know, all the coin. There's Bitcoin, Ethereum, Ripple, Bitcoin Cash, NEM, Litecoin, IOTA, Neocoin, Dash, Qtum, Monero, and Ethereum Classic. So that's the most like popular. So you can see the website and all about cryptocurrency market cap. Yeah, so you just search cryptocurrency market cap and you will see like how much is circulating supply, their volume, their prices and market cap and the name of their coin. So what else do you So next I'm gonna talk about what is ICO. So ICO stands for Initial Coins Offering and refer to the creation and sale of digital coins. In an ICO, a project creates a certain amount of the digital tokens and sells it to public, usually in exchange for other cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin and Ether. So the public could be interested in this coin and in this token and offer to either or both of the following reasons. So this is the reason. So number one is the token has an inherent benefit. It grants the holding access to a service, to say in a outcome or a share in the project earning. So the second is the benefit will be increasing demand, which will push up the market price of the token. So token, especially those are successful sales, are usually listed on exchanges where initial buyers can sell their holding and a new buyer can come in at any time. So as a type of digital crowdfunding, token sales enable startup not only to raise fund without giving up
equity, but also the bootstrap the project's adoption by incentivizing it used by token holders. Sorry. So buyer can benefit from both the access of service and that token confer, and from its success through appreciation of the token price. This gain can be realized at any time, usually by selling the token on an exchange, or buyer can show their increasing enthusiasm for the idea by purchasing more token in the market. So yeah, the history of ICO, and there's a lot of numbers, so you just can search it yourself. So I'm gonna tell you the benefit of ICO. So the issuer, the benefits are access to seed funding much faster and with a fewer restriction than via the venture capital route. So the opportunity to create new decentralized business model. So the third is a base of participant incentive to use and test the service, and a bootstrap ecosystem. So the next is no loss or equity. So the loss of equity. The loss of equity in the program, a faster funding process, and more arbitrary limits to the amount collected. So to the token holder, the benefit is access to any innovative service, possible gain through an increase in the token price, participation in a new concept, a role in developing a new technology. So there's also a risk for the insurer. If you want to know, I will tell you. So for the issuer, the risks are uncertain regulation, unstable investment, little of idea of who the token holder are. So that is for the issuer, and then it's for the holder. The risk will be no guarantee the project will get developed, no regulatory protection, often scarce information about underlying fundamental, and little transparency of token holding structure. So there's also Outlook. You can just search this website, that's coindesk.com, and you just type what is an ICO. And then the first subject that I talked about just now is what is cryptocurrency. Also, you can just search to know more information about that. So these are the website. This one is about cryptocurrency, and this one is about ICO. Like, you can know all the risks and benefits when you want to do trading and all. And what else do you want to know? Oh, by the way, my script just dead because the connection is just gone. So yeah, that's all. So guys, thank you for watching my channel about cryptocurrency and what is an ICO. So hopefully this helped you to getting more understanding about this ICO and cryptocurrency, on how to trade and what's the benefit and the pros and cons and all. And yeah, if you want to know all about the history, you can just search here. So yeah, okay, thank you for watching. Bye bye.